Hi everyone, I'm David Gemme from Sotheby's International Realty. You may or may not have heard of me, but this video that we're going to do today is to kind of give you a baseline of the history of my real estate business, where I came from, and why I should be your preferred agent representative here at Sotheby's International Realty. The basics of my life with real estate is it all started up in Lake Tahoe, and I have grown a career in Lake Tahoe for over 27 years. I come from a family of contractors and builders. My grandmother was a designer for Ethan Allen Furniture, and so, I used to come home to the house rearranged all the time, fall over the couch at night, and that kind of stuff. That then, of course, is a foundation to the way that I actually look at design in homes today. I graduated from Cal Poly Humboldt with an environmental science and recreation degree, which was a perfect segue to move to Lake Tahoe, which, as you come into Lake Tahoe, you realize it is such an amazing community. But being a mountain town, you really kind of have to find your way. And so in the late 90s, I started building homes with a luxury home builder along the lake named Galetto Construction. I worked for almost a half a decade learning how to build luxury homes around Lake Tahoe shoreline. And around 2001, I had this beautiful person come into my life called my daughter. And I realized that at that time I could continue to build homes, or I could pursue a higher level of education and, providing for my family. So I segued into real estate. And in 2003, I got my real estate license. I worked for a scrappy but very development-based real estate firm called Tahoe Riverfront Realty. They were based out of Squaw and Alpine at the time. And those guys were the fundamentals of what I still use today. Alternative ways to structure deals, development, ways to do owner financing, ways to put luxury deals together. And through that process, I actually met one of my greatest mentors in life, which was Greg Dorland. Greg Dorland built some of the most beautiful lodges in Olympic Valley at the time. From there, I started pursuing technology within the social media buzz that was happening. This is around like 2008. And Facebook had just come on the scene. There was all this geo-targeting that we could do, and the real estate market was crashing all at the same time. And so what I ended up doing is I ended up figuring out how to geo-target buyers on Facebook in the early days of Facebook, because it used to be very targeted. You could literally choose doctor, lawyer, CEO, venture capitalist, and you could target directly to their inboxes at that time. Can't do that today, but back in the early days you could. And so I started doing that. And when the real estate market was crashing, our business continued to grow. And so I was approached by one of the legends of Lake Tahoe real estate. Her name is Trinky Watson, and her partner was Sherry Chase over at Chase International Realty. And I got invited to be part of their team. And this is where my lakefront career began. And so in 2010, I went from selling homes in ski resort valleys and in Truckee and around Lake Tahoe to segueing into lakefront estates. And since that time, lakefronts have been a primary focus in my business alongside of many of the luxury properties. Well, as luck would have it, 3 years later, I decided that there was an up-and-coming boutique brand that was called Oliver Luxury Real Estate, headed under Mike Oliver. And he was literally hitting the market as hard as I've ever seen anyone hit the market. And so I got invited to be part of Oliver Luxury Real Estate. Oliver Luxury Real Estate then became an affiliate of Christie's International Real Estate, which then gave me my first introduction into a global brand. I worked with Oliver for, I think it was 5 years. And in 2018, I got invited to come to a Sotheby's conference. And it was a global networking event held in Denver at the time. And I was invited by Jeff Hamilton, who was the broker of Sotheby's International Realty at the time. He has since passed away, and our heart is forever missing him. But he invited me to come to the Sotheby's International brand. And I met all of these agents from around the world. And I realized that they were the top of the class in every single area that they wanted to be in. And it inspired me to join this brand. Since that time, I have been sitting here in Sotheby's, and Sotheby's is one of those corporations that constantly pops your brain. Like just when you think you've seen it all, someone does something amazing and it's even better than what you thought was better before. And so that has inspired me to elevate my career, and the global brand and the global network of Sotheby's has introduced me to some of the highest performing agents throughout the world. And now, if you think of what Sotheby's did last year, Sotheby's has 1,100 offices worldwide. It's in 85 different countries. It has 26,250 agents within this brand, and it did $157.5 billion in sales last year. So if you've ever been questioning why I'm at Sotheby's, it's because there's no better brand in the world to elevate our clients and our businesses and showcase your property around the world. So that's a little bit about me and my company and how we got here. And it would be my hope that if you're thinking of buying or selling in Lake Tahoe, that you would consider our team. We have over 25 years of experience. We're well versed in every single market around the lake, including now down in Torino. We represent 2 states, 5 counties, and 4 different MLSs. And we welcome the opportunity to help you or someone you love.